So guys, I've been taking a bit of a break from Call of Duty. If anything, I've been kind of getting sick of it. So I thought I'd take a break. Thought I'd take a break from Call of Duty and YouTube both. But, of course, it's nice to go back. It's nice to play it again. And I did some rethinking. I thought about Call of Duty in general. And today is going to be a slight rant about Call of Duty. So, I've been thinking about the changes that Call of Duty have been through. Some good, some not so good. But I would mainly like to talk about the changes that I hope are going to come to Black Ops 3. Or things that I hope they bring back to Black Ops 3. So, one thing I particularly liked about old Call of Duties was the aspect of stealth and the aspect of camouflage, and just generally the game not being all about fast rushing in, fast-paced gameplay, stuff that's going to get you killed all the time kind of thing. That's why I prefer Battlefield. I have been playing more Battlefield recently. I will be doing gameplay of that. But Battlefield is a better game. Battlefield is a more realistic game. It's more realistic in the sense that it's actually like real warfare. It's very similar to real life, but also the fact that the way the game plays is so much better. It feels more realistic. It feels just genuinely like a game that everyone could get into after a while. And that's not to say Call of Duty is anything like that, because of course Call of Duty is one of the most successful franchises on the planet. And there goes my phone, I apologise. But I would like to take the time to address how much I'm getting sick of Call of Duty and how repetitive the actual game itself is. For instance, this whole idea of the futuristic setting is getting on my nerves a bit now. Okay, yes, Black Ops 2 was good. It was a good game, possibly the best Call of Duty multiplayer game they've actually done to date. After Modern Warfare 2. I was a huge fan of Modern Warfare 2. It was one of my favourite games ever even made, and I still love to go back onto it. But I will say how sick I am with Call of Duty now. It's too repetitive. It gets on my nerves. There are a lot of issues with connections, although I will admit Advanced Warfare has really stepped forward in connections and just generally hosting and your ping. I have never gone below 4 bars on my ping, and never on Advanced Warfare. I've always been on 4 bars, and I think that's brilliant. Connection is always very important in the game. It's probably more important than what weapons you use. If you got a good connection, you're genuinely going to do well. But I do have many complaints about Call of Duty in recent years. I am so annoyed about Treyarch going back into a future setting. Personally, I would have preferred rather to see another World War II game, as I'd imagine a lot of people would be excited to see a new World War II game, because World War II games were the OGs. World War II games were where Call of Duty all started. I think maybe it would be a good idea to go back for one last time, to celebrate the success that they've had over the past, over 10 years now. It's 11 years, almost 12 years since Call of Duty first started. But I think it would be a good idea for one last ride. It's like Fast and Furious 7. One last ride. Go back to the original, go back to the OG, go back to the awesomeness of a World War II game, where it's simple, it's easy to play, but at the same time, it's fun. And I'm not going to say Call of Duty isn't fun anymore. I mean, Advanced Warfare is fun. It's brilliant. It's a great game. Personally, I love it. but I am not in love with the futuristic setting. I'm sick of the futuristic settings now. If they went back to a Modern Warfare game, I would not have any doubts about it. I would not mind. I would definitely love to see another Modern Warfare. To be perfectly honest, they left it on a slight cliffhanger with Modern Warfare 3, except for the fact that obviously Makarov was dead and it was just all good. But I would love to see them go back to a Modern Warfare game, because personally Modern Warfare, even though I prefer the trail games, Modern Warfare probably had the stronger story in my opinion. I was more emotionally attached to the Modern Warfare stories. I mean, a prime example is when Soap died. Spoiler alert. I should have done a spoiler alert before saying that, but before Soap died, I was very into the Modern Warfare 3. Sorry, I was very into the Modern Warfare franchise, and then, like, obviously there weren't too many upsetting scenes in it apart from the bridge scene in Modern Warfare 4, in Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. At the end of Call of Duty 4, the scene was emotional. I really liked it. It was something new. It was also something like that genuinely gripped all players, but so did Soap's death. Like, Soap's death was, oh my god, it was so upsetting. But what I'm really saying is the fact that I just want to see them going back to an original game, back to an original Call of Duty that people are going to enjoy playing. People aren't going to be OP with, like, having one particular thing. You think about all, like, older Call of Duty games, no one was particularly overpowered if they had, like, think about Modern Warfare 2. If you had money to spend on things like added content, you weren't overpowered. You weren't going to dominate every game. And although that's not really the case in Advanced Warfare, it does help if you got a bit of cash to spend on the store, or whatever Xbox I have. I have PS4, so the PlayStation Store. But if you have cash to spend, you're genuinely gonna have better things. I mean, you think about DLC guns. Cool, that's awesome. It was awesome in Black Ops 2. There was one which was balanced. The Peacekeeper was balanced. People could afford it as well, but it was balanced, most of all balanced. So you weren't gonna dominate a game just with the weapon, whereas in Ghost you did. I mean, personally, I think the Maverick was way too overpowered, but that's not saying I didn't like it. I just thought it was too overpowered. Too many people used it. Too many people abused it, and I just genuinely think this guy's under the ground. I can tell. At this point, I had no idea what I was doing, but because I couldn't find him. But honestly, I think they just need to go back to the old games. A World War II game from Treyarch would be perfect, and I'm kind of upset that they've not gone back to a World War II game, or at least maybe modern times with the next Call of Duty. I'm still going to get Black Ops 3. I'm always going to follow Call of Duty, but in my opinion, Call of Duty's dead. I'm not particularly excited for this game. I'm excited to see what Treyarch do with the weapons. That's all I want to see. But yeah, this was just kind of my opinion on like what I think Call of Duty, what's happened to Call of Duty now. What I personally think everything is wrong with Call of Duty, what I personally think they should do with Call of Duty. I mean, you can see here we're getting dominated by 90 points or so, and it's just so unfair because, like, there are so many things that mean you're going to win a game and completely dominate a game way too much. In Advanced Warfare, you've got, like, attachments and kill streaks that are just not original. Sorry, they're not original, but they're definitely not like the old CODs where they were balanced. See, in my eyes, everything has to be balanced. If something isn't balanced, then I'm annoyed. I get Warbird here, and I was pretty sure at this point it was going to be too late, and it was, but whatever. So thanks for watching, guys. I know I've had a bit of a rant and you probably don't want to listen to it, but those are just my kind of opinions on Call of Duty and where I think the franchise should head. But in my opinion, I think it's just going to keep heading into the future, and that does not excite me in any way. It does not make me feel happy. It just makes me feel depressed because Call of Duty's dead. And I think now I'm going to be looking towards Battlefield for the future of my first-person shooters. I'll probably be doing some gameplay of that as well, some Battlefield 4 gameplay. I haven't gotten Battlefield Hardline yet. I have got Battlefield 4, so I'll upload some gameplay of that. And yeah, so until the next video, guys, I thank you for watching, and I will see you later.